There's so many ones of like drones dropping down on people and you're watching their legs blow off.
I watched
There's
a dude get
suicide
sucked into a
drones.
sinkhole.
Oh God, I saw
I
that.
saw 4 black chicks fall into a sinkhole.
I saw a guy come on his
Sinkholes
shit
are
and eat it.
crazy.
That's Florida.
Sinkholes are crazy. Like one day your house can just fall into a bottomless pit.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, the earth collapses underneath where your structure
A
is.
car in an intersection just swallowed up.
Swallowed
and
up.
you realize that, like, who do you call? Do you think you're like, hey, I'm mad at the mayor? Like there's nothing you can.
It's
The
the
earth
earth.
just did it.
Well,
like,
the reality is asphalt is preposterous. It's a ridiculous idea. It fucks up erosion. It does so many things. Like it fucks up absorption of the water naturally into the ground.
They're gonna call
You're
you-
covering everything with rock.
yeah.
They're going to call you an anti-faulter.
And then underneath that, what's happening? What's happening underneath all that rock? I would imagine a lot of that water's moving around in there. And if it creates a nice little pocket, and then you get the weight of all these buildings, and then one day they just
goes.
go under, dude.
And it
They've
happens
lost
everywhere.
blocks. Have you ever seen like
Yeah,
those
it's crazy.
giant sinkholes
It's
where like
Florida.
a whole block
Florida.
is
Just falls
falling into
into
it?
the- yeah.
It happened
See if you
when
can
we
find
were
the
kids.
giant sinkhole.
That's not real. That's not real.
Bro.
That's not real.
No.
That's
That's a
photoshopped.
shot.
Is that Photoshop?
It has to be.
Look at it. Read the caption.
Oh, no, it's real.
That might be after.
After they imploded it.
No, man, it might be real.
It's so deep, though.
Maybe double check for another source.
Yeah,
does
let
look
let
weird.
Jamie double check, but
It
I
does
think
look-
that one was real.
They did a good job with the overhang if it's fake.
Look, if you're looking at the ground, you're thinking the ground. If you're looking down, right? You're thinking the ground.
Wow.
That's
Those
real.
are. I think it's real, dude.
It's real.
That was the original 9/11
It's
memorial.
insane because it looks like a fucking UFO just went through the earth. It looks like a black hole went through the earth.
Yeah.
It looks so perfectly cut.
How lucky are you if you're the house on the corner that now has a beautiful view?
So lucky.
Bro, how much are you thinking about
It's like,
moving?
Dude.
How much
Look
are
at
you
that.
thinking
Yeah, they're
about
like,
moving?
Hey,
the
be careful
door.
coming out. Be careful leaving.
It came
because
out
of
in
that
like
sinkhole.
almost a perfect circle.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Doesn't that make you feel so small in the world though?
I would want to
like,
get
Hey, just
the
falling and falling and
fuck
falling and
away
falling.
from there.
of course.
I would want to get the fuck away from that spot. That spot might fall into the earth.
But it just makes you feel like you're so arrogant to think
oh.
that any of this is yours.
The arrogance
yeah.
when the big waves were coming in to California like a month ago about. I drove the girls out to go look at the big waves. They were fucking massive, 20 feet. You know, it's really impressive. It sounds like thunder. Wow. And Isla got swept out by a wave. There's a video of it. It's not bad. She's fine, but it's
What?
funny. It's on my Instagram.
How swept out?
Just you can see it. It's not. She didn't get taken out to sea. She got overtaken by a wave, and it's funny because it's very lighthearted. But then I don't even think I handled it well as a parent. I was like,
Yeah, you filmed and didn't help.
I filmed and then said, is your cell phone in your pocket? And so, but what's crazy is the moment of clarity after that, where you go, hold on, we're not safe here. Like this is, hang on, this is actually really dangerous. This is Isla. And she just, like she was just fucking around. And then,
oh boy.
and it's like aggressive. Of course, we're all laughing.
And then
She's
if
far
she
enough
slips,
away where I'm not scared.
Yeah.
sort of, but if she slipped further
but-
back, that's all coming back.
But what I'm saying is that that's one of those, 50 feet here, 50 feet there things. Like if you fuck up and you're 50 feet in front of that and you think you can get away,
I've had multiple ocean scares now. Like the ones where you're like,
crying on the beach.
well,
No one
no,
knows
just
why.
that like in the moment,
Yeah.
I keep telling myself, don't panic, don't panic, don't panic. You know? And one I remember was in Hawaii where we rented a Jeep and we were like, what we want to go see something, So they tell you, oh, take this road. And it takes you to this single road that goes up where there used to be volcanoes. And we come up on this beach. And they had mentioned the beach, but not really too much about it. And so when we parked, I was like, I love the ocean water. I'm going to get in the ocean, So I get in the ocean, and I remember that going in, the beach into the water was a decline, right? So like you go down, and I was just like knee deep in there about to, and I was like, man, this current is pulling back hard, like really hard. And I kind of take like a step back, and I feel myself going further down a decline into the ocean, right? And when I decide to get out, I have to really push hard, like all legs, like boom, boom, like run, like you're running up a hill to get out. And I was like, whew, that was fucking.
If
that
a wave
was,
hit you there,
that was
you're
kind of
kinda
that was
fucked.
There was
kind
a
of
guy who's a
scary.
WWE
Damn.
wrestler.
They tell me though when I get back to the hotel, I go, yeah, we took it. I go, that beach was a little scary. They go, did you get in the water? And I go, yeah. And they go, oh, you can't get in that water. Like you'll drown in that water. Did you notice there was nobody swimming there? I go, yeah, I noticed.
I thought it was
But I
beautiful.
thought I found a fucking,
Oasis.
and
They
they're like,
don't tell you?
They didn't tell me. They're like,
fuck.
do not swim in that water. They're like, you can't swim out of that. If you would, if you had swam 10 feet in, they're like, you're just gone.
Oh
What?
my god!
And like the panic you feel, especially in retrospect, because you remember the feeling of being like, I think I'm stuck here. I think I'm stuck right now.
Fitzsimmons saved a lady in Thailand.
Really?
What?
Yeah, someone was drowning, and Fitzsimmons swam out and saved them.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Thailand, somewhere crazy like that. Yeah, he's on vacation. I might have made up Thailand.
It doesn't sound like a place
Remember when
Fitzsimmons
I
would
said
go.
Thailand? No, he would go. He's a world
Palm
traveler.
No,
Springs.
he's a Hawaii guy. He
like-
surfs in
But
Hawaii.
wherever it was. Fitzsimmons went in the ocean and saved a lady.
No shit.
Yeah.
I saw my dad save a lady.
That's a scary
in a
thing.
resort. It was at the bottom of the pool. She was just laying at the bottom of the pool.
Oh my god!
When I was like 9 years old, it was like father son. He took me to this resort, and there's a slide. You ever go on a slide where the water that comes off the slide, that like, so in other words, like when you hit the water, it's like high impact. You're like,
Yes.
holy shit, and it pushes you down. I'm 9 years old, so this is many years ago, and I remember like I could swim. I was on a swim team like as a little kid, but I remember being like, fuck. That is powerful. Like it pushes you down, right? And you just swim up, and people are, at the resort, and then look down, and my dad swims to the bottom of the pool, and pulls up this lifeless body, and then they do CPR, and she came back.
Holy
Shut up.
shit.
Yeah, and they would write letters to our house for
Holy
years.
shit.
She was 19.
Oh my
She wasn't a little
God.
kid.
Did you see the guy,
Oh my
the
god!
snowboarder, upside down when the random skier comes by?
Yes.
Just sees a
Yes.
snowboard sticking this far out of the snow.
Yeah.
Is this the
with
one
2
where
feet.
And the guy was buried under the
Yeah.
snow.
He goes, "What the fuck?" He stops. Goes
He
up
saved
there.
the guy's life randomly.
Is this separate? Have you seen the footage where the guy's wearing the GoPro?
I've seen that.
Right, and then he's like,
falls
fuck,"
into the
and
ditch.
into like a hole.
Yeah.
Oh,
And you're
yeah.
like-
Yeah.
that is visceral. That feeling.
Oh my
You're like,
god!
And then he's just like, "We'll see what happens."
Obviously, he got out because there's footage.
Yeah.
But when you're watching that, you're like, "Oh my god, you could just fall in there forever." And apparently, that's something that happens.
Tree wells.
That's something that happens. So this
Oh.
guy just falls, and then watch this.
bro.
What?
I know Bert's feeling this.
No, I've had
Dude.
a couple experiences like this.
He manages to stop himself.
Yeah.
What
Bro.
the fuck? How the
Bro.
fuck do you get out of that?
How the fuck do you get out of that?
Fuck the skis.
How did he
it's,
get
it's,
out of
it's,
that?
It's over, Joe.
But no, he's
No,
out.
they had to. I think I've read about this. They had to get search and rescue. He had to hang out down there for a while. Search and rescue had to come up and
Holy
I'm thinking
shit,
of getting
he's
one of those
so
GPS
lucky.
trackers
And do you
for
see
sure.
though?
So-
how
He's so lucky
he
that he
kept-
stopped right there.
But the way he right here, he's not flailing. He's
Yeah.
like putting his arm and his ski out to try to like. So this guy was able to keep some composure as this was happening, which
would've
is like
bombed it.
kind of the craziest part.
oh my god! So this is the snowboarder that's buried upside down. So this guy
No.
just sees that little blue piece,
bro.
just
This
randomly.
this happened to me.
Skied right over him.
Yeah, he easily
Happened
could have
to take
missed that.
Yeah, could have gone
Dude.
the other way.
There's not much blue.
Soft snow. He's in a tree well, is what it is.
Yeah.
So the tree wells, it's really soft snow. So if you get stuck in a tree well, you are fucking dead. A lot of people die in tree wells.
God damn.
Yeah, I'm thinking of getting one of those GPS things.
So
Neil says
when
he has one.
we went snowboarding in Matterhorn,
Yeah.
heli skiing, and the guy put a beacon on us. And the first thing he said, he puts a beacon. It's like 4 feet of powder, and he says, "This is so we can find the body." And I was like, "What?" He's like, "You
Oh,
might
this is
fall into a crevasse or an avalanche, so we put the beacon on to find the body."
Whoa.
That feeling, this happened to me. That feeling is terrifying.
This guy's like, "Thank you."
Good. We'll get you out of here in a sec, okay?
He was dead.
The panic.
He knew he was
I'm
dead
feeling
too.
panic watching
The
this.
He knew
panic.
he
So
was
what
dead.
happens is, like what happened to me and when we were heli skiing, is I fell face forward in powder. I'd never snowboarding in powder. 4 feet of powder is very different than snowboarding. It's like you have to have your bindings reset. You have to really know how to ride the powder, and I could not turn right. And the guy told me, he's like, don't go within 5 feet of my tracks. Stay within my tracks. So the whole time, I can only turn left. Because at the time, I really wasn't that good of a snowboarder. But I could snowboard, but not in powder. And so he's going like this, and all I can do is go left, and I'm just going off the track.
Oh, no.
And I'm fucking panicking. But by the way, we're at like 13,000 feet, 14,000 feet. It's very little oxygen. I'm gassed. I'm fat. I'm hungover. It's the day after the national championship that we went to. So we'd eaten edibles. It was
the
like
day after that?
It was the day after that. I flew to Switzerland and immediately landed and went hella skiing.
I don't remember that.
And so no. When we went to Florida State versus Alabama,
2013.
yeah, 2013. So all of a sudden, I go to cut right, and I catch my nose, and I fucking go face first in the snow. And at first, I'm like, fine. I push my arms in, and they just do not touch anything. It just goes like this. And now snow's impacted on my face, so I can't really breathe. And I'm first of all, I deal with panic, but panic kicks in immediately, and I'm like, this is why I have the fucking beacon on. And so I try to clear the snow out of my face, but I'm like pulling all the muscles in my back, trying to turn over. And then the guy just comes up behind me, grabs me on the back, flips me over, and he goes, you should see your sound guy. My sound guy's upside down, skis kicking, upside down in the snow. And we just got the fuck out. We got on a helicopter and got the fuck out. I was like, this isn't safe.
Yeah, I'm not interested in any of that nonsense. Did I tell you about my last ski experience? I only used to ski with my family.
This resonates every time I go skiing because you go, it's not worth it.
He always says that.
He always
this
says
is-
it
this
every
is-
time I go skiing.
When I would go skiing because they wanted to go skiing, and I would be like, this is fun. It's good for kids to learn early because they're really good at it, and my wife likes it. But I would be like, don't get hurt, don't get hurt, don't get hurt, didn't get hurt. Back up. Don't get hurt, don't get hurt, don't get hurt, didn't get hurt. Good. So all I'm doing is mitigating risk the entire time I'm skiing.
Sure.
Because I've had fucking 3 knee operations. I really know what it's like to blow your shit apart. And they're like naive to how vulnerable your knees are. And kids are fucking rubber. They just fucking bounce off rocks and they're fine. They fall down. They only weigh 80 pounds. They fall down, they get right back up.
Right back up.
But so this last time, I was going around this turn, and this lady didn't know how to ski, and it looked like she was just a fresh beginner. And she was like doing the pizza thing, but she was sliding right into the trail. Oh. And it's a narrow trail, and I'm like, I have 2 options: I'm wiping this lady out, or I'm gonna catastrophically fall down. I went with option 2, and I fucking tried to slide around this lady, and my skis went up in the air, and I banged the back of my head hard.
Oh, fuck.
And I fractured my leg.
Helmet on? Helmet on?
Yeah, it's called an insufficiency fracture. It's a fracture at the top of the fibula, or the tibia rather, where the tibia like touches the cartilage. I had a fracture, and I was 100% concussed.
Wow.
Because I got
helmet on.
Excuse me?
Helmet.
Yeah, helmet on.
yeah.
It didn't matter. It was hard snow, head first. Bam. And I remember thinking, like, wow, that was a big one. I remember thinking that, like, when I got hit, I was like, that's a big one. And I got on the ski lift afterwards, and I just miscalculated. Like, I wasn't coordinated, and I fell down, and I couldn't get up.
What?
Like, I couldn't get up without help. The lady had to help me get up. She had to reach out and grab my hand
Because
and
of the
help
concussion.
100%.
Yeah.
Wow.
100%. So I'm just dizzy. I'm off.
How long ago is this?
A couple years ago.
It was more
3?
than that.
No,
It was more than
that.
that.
It was pre-pandemic.
Joe, I think about this every
No.
time I go fucking snowboarding.
I think it was 3 years ago. No, I think it was 3 years ago.
After pandemic?
Yeah, I think it was during pandemic.
I
it was
thought
when
it
people
was
started
before.
It was
skiing
before.
again.
It was definitely before.
I don't think so, man.
Joe, this story resonates.
Maybe
That's the
4
last
years.
time you went to
At
ski.
the most, it's 4 years old. But I was
2019.
like,
When did
that's
we go?
just too. And then Shane Dorian tore his fucking knee apart. World champion, big wave surfer, tears his knee apart snowboarding. Just slammed into a tree and.
That's why you got to ski, folks.
Oh, hey, hang on. You want to hear a story about old
I just told
fuckface
you